जय गोपी जन वल्लभ गिरवरधारी यशोदानंदन ब्रज जन रंजन यशोदानंदन ब्रज जन रंजन यशोदानंदन ब्रज जन रंजन यमुना तीरवनचारी जय राधा माधव कुंज बिहारी माधव बिहारी हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम राम हरे 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 कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे कृष्णा हरे 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 राम 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 जय प्रभुपादा प्रभुपादा श्रील प्रभुपादा जय जय गुरुदेव जय जय गुरुदेव नित्य गौर हरि बो नित्य गौर हरि बोल और हरि बोल। जय विश्वपाद परमहंस ब्रजकिचार्य अष्टोदर श्रीमद हिज डिवाइन ग्रेस एवं चरणारविंद भक्तिवेदांत स्वामी श्री प्रभुपाद की जय। कृष्ण कृपामृति श्री प्रभुपाद की जय। ISKCON BPT फाउंडर आचार्य श्री प्रभुपाद की जय। जय विष्णुपाद परमहंस ब्रजकिचार्य अष्टोदर श्रीमद हिज डिवाइन ग्रेस श्रील भक्ति सिद्धांत सरस्वती गोस्वामी ठाकुर श्री प्रभुपाद महाराज की जय। अनंत कोटि वैष्णवरुद्ध की जय। नमरचर्य चलित हरदास ठाकुर की जय। प्रेम से कहो श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर शिवासादि गौरवों की जय। श्री राधा कृष्ण गोपीनाथ श्यामकुट राधा कुंड गिरि गोवर्धन धाम की जय। श्री ब्रजभूमि वृंदावन धाम की जय। मायापुर नवदीप धाम की जय। पुरुषोत्तम क्षेत्र जगन्नाथपुरी धाम की जय। गंगा मैया यमुना मई की जय। तुलसी देवी भक्ति देवी की जय, सामूहिक भक्तन देवी की जय, निताय गौर सितनाथ प्रेमानंद देव, all glories assembly devotees, all glories assembly devotees, all glories assembly devotees, all glories Shri Guru Shri Guru Hare Krishna. Screen दिखा है? Hare Krishna. So today is Dwadashi and tomorrow is Trayadashi. So actually this class was originally scheduled for tomorrow evening. For some reason it was preponed. So we are going to discuss about Nityānanda Prabhu instead of tomorrow today. So that's the reason you can see the date is still 31st January 2026, because actually that is actually a day of appearance of Lord Nityānanda. So before we begin, let us recite Mangal Charana. Ajanalambito bhujau kanaka vadato. You can repeat. Sankirtanai kapitarau kamalayataksau. Vishwambharau dvijavarau yogadharma palau. Vande Jagat Priya Karau Karunavatarau. I offer my respectful obeisances unto Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and Sri Nityānanda Prabhu, whose arms extend down to their knees, who have golden yellow complexions, and who inaugurated the congregational chanting of the holy names of the Lord. Their eyes resemble the petals of lotus flower. They are the maintainers of the living entities, the best of the Brahmanas, and the protectors of religious principles for this age, the benefactors of the universe, and the most merciful of all incarnations. So let us first understand who is Lord Nityānanda. I think anybody new here today, that somebody has come to temple for first time? Hare Bol. And anyone who does not know who is Gauranitai or Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, Nityānanda Prabhu? Hare Krishna. Then I shouldn't be speaking Prabhu. So Nityānanda Prabhu is none other than Lord Balram. And he is none other than Lakshman. Lakshman also came from Lord Balram. And in a way, there is no difference between Nityānanda Prabhu and Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, because there is no difference between Krishna and Balram. Because Balram, the Lord Krishna, that is the first expansion of Lord, is Balram only. All other expansions and incarnation of Lord come after only Balram. From Balram only comes Narayan, Vishnu, all the Vishnu avatars, and Chaturviha, everything after Lord Balram. And since Nityānanda Prabhu is none other than Lord Balram, so we cannot differentiate. They are on the same platform. So how do we understand that from the Acharya's commentary, that who is Nityānanda Prabhu? So there is very nice bhajan by Narottam Das Thakur. Brajendra Nandan Jai Sachi Sutta Hoile Say Balram Hoile Nitai. So who is Brajendra Nandan? Krishna. So Brajendra Nandan say Brajendra Nandan Jai Sachi Sutta Hoile Say Balram Hoile Nitai. So Krishna appeared as Brajendra Nandan, the son of Nanda Maharaj, and similarly the Chaitanya Mahaprabhu appeared as son of Sachi Mata. And then Balram appeared as Nityānanda Prabhu. So that way, if you see, then actually we say Balram is a Guru, Guru Tattva. Or who is our Adi Guru? Lord Balram. So similarly, Nityānanda is also Guru. Prabhupada says Nityānanda Prabhu is Baldev Tattva. Baldev Tattva means he is also Guru Tattva. Srila Bhaktivedanta Saraswati Maharaj wrote in the magazine called Harmonies. He says actually the manifestation of Guru, every manifestation of every Guru is actually a representation of Lord Nityānanda. And there is a very special relationship between Radharani and Nityānanda Prabhu, because Nityānanda Prabhu is being a Guru. he teaches everybody, and he actually he guides all jivas through guru, his manifested gurus, but he does not interfere in internal pastimes of Lord Krishna. So that is the responsibility, that is the duty of who takes care of, who arranges the internal pastimes of Lord Radharani. So what does Radharani do? So whatever Lord Nityananda wishes, Radharani fulfills. So basically, unless somebody is favored by Lord Nityananda, so Radharani will not recommend that jiva to Lord Krishna. So we can understand. So one cannot approach Krishna unless and until he has satisfied Lord Nityananda. Because only when one Lord satisfied Lord Nityananda, then only Mahaprabhu will accept. And unless Mahaprabhu accepts somebody, he will not be accepted by Krishna. So it's mentioned that in his form with Nityananda Prabhu, Lord Balram eagerly engages everyone in the service of Gaur Hari, thus making the lives of all who take shelter of him. Basically, the Nityananda Prabhu makes that everybody's all the jiva who takes shelter of him, their life is successful. So here in this, Narottam Thakur says in a bhajan called Nitai Pad Kamala, he said, Heno Nitai Bine Bhai, Radha Krishna Paite Nai, Dhruda Kori Dharo Nitai Pai. Heno Nitai Bine Bhai means without mercy of Lord Nityananda, there is no chance of getting mercy obtaining or reaching Radha Krishna. So that's he says, without attaining mercy of Gaurari, one cannot approach Radha Shyam Sundar, and without attaining mercy of Nitai, one cannot reach Mahaprabhu. So therefore, Narottam Thakur instructs everybody, he instructs all the devotees to firmly catch hold of lotus feet of Lord Nityananda, because they are the only hope. Is very nicely mentioned there, because they are the only hope for an aspirant of Krishna Prem. So if anybody is aspiring Krishna Prem, he has to catch hold of whose lotus feet? Nityananda Prabhu's lotus feet. And remembering this most merciful form of the Lord Balram, Shri Nityananda Prabhu, we pray at his lotus feet to give us entrance into marketplace of holy name of the Lord, where he is freely distributing this most sublime treasure. How we know that Nityananda Prabhu actually distributed love of Godhead freely? One of the examples is Jagai Madhai. It's mentioned there. So that is actually position of Lord Nityananda. So we need to understand how to understand mood of Lord Nityananda. So there is a bhajan, very nice bhajan, Brajanandana say, as we just sang that, Sachisuta hoile say, Balram hoile Nitai. And Dinan hina jata chilo, Hari nama uddharilo, Tara sakshi jagai madai. So this song is very nicely sung by one of the very senior singer, Kirtanias, Agnidev Prabhu. I just would like to run that small clip for 2-3 minutes. Yeah. I need internet. Hare Krishna Prabhu, IT team, I need your help. Prabhu, okay. Okay, now it's okay. Okay, it's working because I was looking at the hotspot. Huh?
Sachi Sutta Oilo Sei.
Hare Krishna.
Brajendra Nandana Jai Sachi Sutta Oilo. Brajendra Nandana Jai Sachi Sutta Oilo Sei. Brajendra Nandana Jai Brajendra Nandana Jai Sachi Sutta Oilo Sei. Brajendra Nandana Jai Sachi Sutta Oilo Sei. Balaram Oilo Nityānanda. Balaram Oilo Nityānanda. Dina Hina Jata Chilla Harinam Yudarilla. Dina Hina Jata Chilla Harinam Yudarilla. Tar Sakhi Jagai Moda Karasaki Jagai Moda.
So what does Narottam Das Thakur says here? Tara Sakshi Jagai Madai. That means it is a proof that the merciful nature of Lord Nityananda and Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. They even delivered the demos like Jagai in Madai. So why not we? Haribol. One second. So what we are discussing, we want to understand what is the mood of Nityānanda Prabhu. So Nityānanda Prabhu once told Raghunath Das that Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is his property. So when Nityānanda Prabhu claims Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is his property, then who else can reach Chaitanya Mahaprabhu? Nobody, unless we catch hold of the lotus feet of Lord Nityananda and he grants, then only we can approach Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So similarly, there is a bhajan by Bhaktivedanta Thakur. Ek baar dekh le chak se chal, Gaura bole Nitai den sakala sambal. This is also very nice. If Nitai sees only once tears in the eyes while chanting the name of Gaura, then he gives all resources to that person. So when we recite, when we chant Hare Krishna Mahamantra, who we need to also remember? Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. And Nityananda Prabhu says, if he sees even once the tears in the eyes of the chanter, then he will give all the resources to that person. So similarly, Nityananda Prabhu, just because of on the instruction of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, Nityananda Prabhu went door to door, spreading the glories of the holy name along with Haridas Thakur. That pastime is there in Jagamita, we will discuss later. And also, yes, the Nityananda Prabhu, the merciful nature of Nityananda Prabhu, it says that whether a person is even qualified to receive the greatest treasure of all, he has never differentiated, because there were nobody else fallen more than Jagai and Madhai. So Lochandas Thakur also described the Nityananda Prabhu's mood. He says Nityananda Rai never gets angry. There is no incidence where Nityananda Prabhu is you can see Nityananda Prabhu got angry. Actually, that is, although Nityananda Prabhu is Balram himself, but there is a difference between Lord Balram and Lord Nityananda. Because you have seen Lord Balram used to get angry many times. Who he killed? Romarshan Sutta. Correct? And many incidences. He used to get very angry. But Nityananda Prabhu never got angry. And Nityananda, there is bhajan called Akrodha Paramananda Nityananda. Nityananda Rai never gets angry. He has no false ego. And he distributed Krishna Prem indiscriminately. That means he did not discriminate whether person deserves Krishna Prem or not. He gave. And Nityananda Prabhu used to beg everybody to chant, roll on the ground and shed the tears. Then Lochandas Thakur says, in spite of this, if someone does not develop a love for Krishna, then such sinful person wastes his life. So here actually this I took from Prabhupada's class. Prabhupada says, actually of course when Prabhupada killed, it is that time. So Prabhupada says that he went to one scientist and he asked that, so psychiatrist, he asked, where is your education of understanding the soul and what is your constitution? So Prabhupada says, I practically, those who are not on the path of Krishna consciousness, they are practically in darkness. So Prabhupada very nicely mentioned that here they are interested with 50, 60, 100 years of span of life, but they do not know we are eternal, blissful and full of knowledge. When we glorify Lord Nityananda, we also need to understand who is Sri Vrindavan Das Thakur. Why? Because there is a book called Chaitanya Bhagavat. And there is a book called, also there's another book called Nityananda Charitamrita, which is actually taken from the teaching of from the Chaitanya Bhagavat only. That's the reason the position of Vrindavan Thakur becomes very, very prominent, very important when we glorify Lord Nityananda. It's mentioned that this is the only Vaishnava, authentic Vaishnava literature not in Nityananda Charitamrita. He also wrote Chaitanya Bhagavat. So Krishnadas Kavinath Goswami glorifies the work of Vrindavan Das Thakur. He says these when Krishna Kavinath Goswami said what Vrindavan Das Thakur wrote or what spoke about in Chaitanya Bhagavat or also Nityananda Charitamrita, this is actually nothing but the words of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So who is Vrindavan Das Thakur? Vrindavan Das Thakur, you know Shrivas Pandit. Shrivas Pandit had elder brother called Nalin Pandita. So Nalin Pandit had a daughter called Narayani Devi. So she was the first beneficiary of Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's mercy. When she was only 4 years old, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu gave her chewed betel nuts. And later on, and then empowered her. So then Chaitanya Mahaprabhu blessed her that gave all the mercy to Narayani Devi, and eventually she gave birth to Vrindavan Das Thakur. So although there is no mention of Vrindavan Das Thakur having a direct interaction or association of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, but when she was small, Narayani Devi actually witnessed Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's pastimes. So what Vrindavan Das Thakur, when he wrote this book called Nityānanda Charitamrita, he actually combined the information or knowledge he received from his mother Narayani Devi, and also from Kadacha of Murari Gupta. So Vrindavan Das Thakur actually was a direct disciple of Shri Nityananda Prabhu. That is also one connection. So he never personally met Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, but he was there. Vrindavan Das Thakur was there. He had appeared by that time when Mahaprabhu's pastimes were going on. So just to briefly conclude about Vrindavan Das Thakur, when he later on in due course of time, Narayani Devi's husband actually passed away. So Vasudeva Datta actually brought Vrindavan Das Thakur and also Narayani Devi to her home, and he actually raised him. So that's the reason it is mentioned that Vrindavan Das Thakur is considered as also Vyasadeva. So we'll discuss about appearance of Nityananda Prabhu and childhood pastimes. So Nityananda Prabhu actually appeared in a place called Ekachakra, which is in West Bengal. I don't know exactly how many kilometers, but it is north of Calcutta. So this is the place. This is actually ISKCON temple in Ekachakra. And this is Nityananda Prabhu's deity there. So Nityananda Prabhu is actually Supreme Lord himself. There is no difference between him and Balram. So why did he take birth? It's mentioned that why did he take birth in Ekachakra? Because actually he took birth just to manifest his mercy for all the fallen souls like us. So he appeared in a village called Ekachakra, which is part of Radhadesh district in Bengal, in 1474, and he appeared as son to Hadai Pandita Oja and also Padmavati Mata. His mother's name was Padmavati. So it's mentioned that when Nityananda Prabhu appeared, immediately after that, all the poverty, famine, everything from the Ekachakra village disappeared. It's just like, in the morning when sun rises, complete darkness is dispelled. Similarly, when Nityananda Prabhu appeared, the famine, everything becomes so auspicious. So everybody is wondering what has happened. So, but then Nityananda Prabhu never actually revealed his identity to anybody. He was behaving as if he's a very normal child. And the other day in JSS, Jagdishwar Chaitanya Prabhu ran that video by Guru Maharaj. He mentioned that Nityananda Prabhu from childhood, he was enacting dramas of Krishna pastimes. So many pastimes that every time he was either Lord Krishna's pastimes or Ramchandra's pastimes. So he even enacted the pastimes of Mathura jail. There are so many beautiful pastimes are there. In fact, then one of the major one is basically when actually the Sanjivani pastime. Guru Maharaj already explained that. And then he also played a pastime of Vaman Deva. Then one boy became Bali, and then Nityananda Prabhu became Vaman Deva. So when Nityananda Prabhu was there, he as a child, they say he used to play with the children almost 24/7. He never used to be at home. He used to be around, and the parents never felt. Then no parents complained. Rather, they were so happy, and I don't know. Nityananda Prabhu was so beautiful that all the residents, every parent in Ekachakra used to love Nityananda Prabhu more than their own children. So later on, when Nityananda Prabhu grew, then the Hadai Pandit and Padmavati, actually they were so affectionate to Nityananda Prabhu. It's mentioned that Nityananda Prabhu's body, when he was child, his body was as soft as butter. And so when Hadai Pandit used to take Nityananda Prabhu in his lap, it used to appear that he has hidden somewhere. So, but later on, what happened? One sannyasi came to Hadai Pandit's home. Hadai Pandit and Padmavati, they were never people to Lord Nityananda. So one sannyasi came and he said that I want to go on pilgrimage. So we need help. I'm old now. I cannot go place to place. I will, but I need help. They asked, what do you need? They thought they want some Lakshmi or something like that. Then he said, no, we want Nityananda Prabhu. We want Nityananda to come with us. When that happened, so then Hadai Pandit remembered that if I don't give Nityananda Prabhu, it's a big offense. Then he immediately remembered pastimes of Dasharath. When Vishwamitra came and asked for who? Rama and Lakshman. So actually Lord Ram. So then he thought, if I don't give, it will be offense to Vaishnava. And if I give, I will not be able to survive. Then what happened? Then he went to Padmavati. And then he revealed the whole thing to Padmavati. Padmavati said, do what is appropriate. But their heart were not agreeing to the fact that Nityananda Prabhu has to leave. So in the process, what has happened? Helplessly, when Hadai Pandit agreed to leave Nityananda Prabhu to go along with sannyasi, it is mentioned that as soon as Nityananda Prabhu left home, they both fainted, and they say that the Hadai Pandit did not consume any grain for the next 3 months. So that was a kind of perfection Hadai Pandit had for Nityananda Prabhu. Then Nityananda, actually there is a mention of, it looks like not walking, but Nityananda Prabhu was literally flying, because there are so many places he visited. He went to Hastinapura, Dwarka, Ayodhya, so many places, including in Nepal. And he went to the south also. And then during his pilgrimage, Nityananda Prabhu actually met Madhavendra Puri. Who is Madhavendra Puri? Madhavendra Puri is actually spiritual master of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. And when he met Madhavendra Puri, so because both are, they say actually the Madhavendra Puri and also Nityananda Prabhu, Krishna is actually present in both bodies. Nityananda Prabhu is Balram himself. Balram is nothing but expansion of Krishna. And Madhavendra Puri also, Krishna was also residing body of Madhavendra Puri. So they had so intimate pastimes. They actually hugged each other, and they were there for quite some time. But then again he had to proceed further. So next pastime is about deliverance of Jagai in Madhai. So what has happened? Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, when Chaitanya Mahaprabhu called Nityananda Prabhu and Haridas Thakur to preach, so he told them that you go and preach each and every house about Hare Krishna Mahamantra. Do not preach anything else other than this. And Chaitanya Mahaprabhu told them that wherever you go, if anybody is not respecting you, actually they were all mendicants. Anybody is not respecting you, then you come to me. I will teach them. So here, what has happened? Then Chaitanya Mahaprabhu then instructed them go. They both went. So when they tried to preach the holy name to all the residents of Navadip, so they came across Jagai and Madhai. So, but when they heard about Jagai Madhai, but when they saw Jagai Madhai, then Haridas Thakur, actually this very beautiful pastime, Haridas Thakur actually accusing Nityananda Prabhu. He says, you are the number one cheater. But you knew very well that we will not be spared today, and you purposely dragged me in this business. I am not interested. Then Haridas Thakur says, I know for sure today is the last day of our life, and you are responsible for this. So actually the blame came on Nityananda Prabhu. But Nityananda Prabhu is, as I mentioned, one of the qualities of Nityananda Prabhu, he never gets angry. Although it was Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's instruction, but then Haridas Thakur blamed to Nityananda Prabhu. He is most merciful, so he can take any blames or any accusation. So then what Jagai and Madhai were doing? They said, it is said that they are actually basically from their background. They are from Brahman family, but they degraded so much that there is no sin that was left for them to commit. They were always drunk. They were eating meat, beef, and the murderers. They plundered many families. What not? You name it. But one thing is mentioned that we heard many times that why Nityananda Prabhu spared Jagai Madhai, or why Chaitanya Mahaprabhu spared Jagai Madhai, because it's mentioned that because they did not commit any Vaishnava aparadh. Then question comes, how come they did everything wrong, committed all the sins, how come they did not do Vaishnava aparadh? So it's very nicely mentioned there, because they were never in association of Vaishnavas. They were in association of only drunkards. So how they can commit any Vaishnava aparadh? So that tells us actually we need to be very, very careful, because unfortunately or unfortunately we are not in association of drunkards. We are in association of Vaishnavas only. So we tend to commit Vaishnava aparadh. So you can imagine. So if we commit Vaishnava aparadh, then what will happen? Nityananda Prabhu, Haridas Thakur will not come to us. So the Haridas Thakur says that Nityananda Prabhu, that you deceived me just like an animal, because what happened when we it's very easy to deceive animal. So what has happened? Then they went to close to Jagai, and then Nityananda Prabhu started telling them the glories of Hare Krishna Mahamantra. He said exactly what Chaitanya Mahaprabhu told him to. Nityananda Prabhu was, although he is Supreme Lord himself, he was just being like a parrot. He was only repeating what Chaitanya Mahaprabhu told him to tell everybody. So when they close to each other, they started laughing loudly, and they started chasing Nityananda Prabhu and Haridas Thakur. Although Lord Nityananda is Supreme Lord himself, but then since it is earthly pastime, so Lord Nityananda and Haridas Thakur, they both started running, and they both started chasing. It went to the extent of Haridas Thakur says, I cannot run anymore. But Jagai Madhai, though they were drunk, they were chasing them continuously. Eventually, when they came too close together, you know the further pastimes. So then Nityananda Prabhu, then I think Jagai, he broke the pot, and he threw the piece of pot to Nityananda Prabhu's head. So when Nityananda Prabhu got hurt, the news immediately went to Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So Chaitanya Mahaprabhu actually rushed to the place where the Nityananda Prabhu was actually attacked. Then he immediately invoked the Sudarshan Chakra. Then that is where we mentioned the mood of Nityananda Prabhu. Nityananda Prabhu said, Lord, the very purpose you incarnated, you appeared here basically to deliver every fallen soul. So how come you exclude Jagai Madhai from your list? So that is when actually Nityananda Prabhu actually asked Chaitanya Mahaprabhu to take the Sudarshan back and not kill them. Then of course they surrendered, and then you were the further pastimes. So Jagai and Madhai were eventually delivered. So marriage of Nityananda Prabhu, it's a very nice pastime. One day Chaitanya Mahaprabhu called Lord Nityananda and told him that you do one thing, you go back to Bengal, get married and deliver the people there. Then when Chaitanya Mahaprabhu told Nityananda Prabhu that I have to go to Bengal and get married and now deliver the people there, he just could not digest that. He says, first you made me mendicant, you made me go all around the places. Now you want me to get married, you want me to live materialistic life, and you are asking me to get married, whereas you yourself abandoned the family life. You don't allow any woman to come close together, but how come you are asking me to do that? So he said, you are the biggest actually cheater, because you cheated you did not cheat. You cheated your father, you cheated your brother, you cheated your sons also, because Krishna left Nanda Maharaj and also Yashoda Mata. So Nanda Maharaj Yashoda Mata could not even think of leaving without even for a minute without Krishna, but then he left them. So Nityananda Prabhu was accusing Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is Krishna himself. So he says, you cheated everybody, now you are trying to cheat me also. But then, as mentioned, that Nityananda Prabhu says, although Nityananda Prabhu never ever actually spoke with Mahaprabhu in any harsh word, because he never gets angry, but he actually expresses displeasure. Then he says, you are everything. It's mentioned that you are my controller. I actually move as per you control me. I have no existence. I completely depend on your mercy, on your directions. But then if that is the case, I have already surrendered to you. Why do you want to trouble me? Why he was saying that, why you want to trouble me? Because he thought by sending me to Bengal and getting married, Nityānanda Prabhu, this idea was somehow he could not digest at all. He says, I'm not prepared. But then Mahaprabhu explained him that do not worry, go there. Then he said that I will, although because then two important things Mahaprabhu told him, that when you go back to Bengal, when you get married, I will appear as your son. So that is Virichandra, that he appeared, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu appeared as son of Nityānanda Prabhu. And then he said, why I am sending you? Then he actually revealed the internal reason, very confidential reason to Nityānanda Prabhu. Because when you leave, I want to actually experience the mood of Radharani. I want to leave, I want to experience the mood of separation. And in this mood of separation, I want to wind up my earthly pastimes. So Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was already preparing to leave this world. So that's the reason he didn't want Nityānanda Prabhu to be around. And he says, when Nityānanda Prabhu goes to Bengal, when he gets married, the residents of that place actually will have opportunity to deliver them. So then, so Nityānanda Prabhu decided to go back to Bengal. So when he went back to Bengal, of course, on the way to Bengal, he went to Raghav Pandit in Panihati. Then after that, he went to so then Nityānanda Prabhu actually directly went to Suryadas Pandit, and he told Suryadas Pandit, I want to marry your daughter. So Suryadas Pandit knew that Nityānanda Prabhu is not an ordinary person, he is Supreme Personality Godhead himself. But then what has happened, then when that happened, Suryadas Pandit, as usually he said, although you are Supreme Personality Godhead, but you are from lower caste. So there also Suryadas Pandit said, because you are not from my caste, I cannot get my daughter married to you. So Nityānanda Prabhu got frustrated, and because he wanted to get, because for him what was important, Nityānanda Prabhu marrying somebody was not important, because that was the instruction of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So he wanted to fulfill instruction of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, so he wanted to get married. So then he left from there. As soon as he left from there, who he wanted, Nityānanda Prabhu wanted to marry actually, Suryadas Pandit Thakur, Suryadas Pandit's daughter was Janua Mata. Janua Mata was such an exalted personality. Actually, if you go to Radha Kund, there is a special ghat for Janua Mata. So somebody who has a ghat reserved in the name cannot be ordinary person. And they say that after all this, after Nityānanda Prabhu, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu left, and all the initial pracharas left, there was a big vacuum in Vaishnava community. So Janua Mata is the one actually who spearheaded that movement and continued the movement for quite some time. So then when Nityānanda Prabhu left, immediately after that, they heard a big cry, big sound. Then what has happened, actually the Janua, actually she collapsed. She collapsed, and then when she collapsed, everybody got frightened that what has happened. Then they even called the doctor. So the doctor said, the doctor checked Janua Mata. They say this is a case of epilepsy. There is no cure for this, and she will not be able to recover from this. And it's quite possible that she may not even live for very long. So it is better that you take her to Ganga and prepare for her funeral. So that was a message from a doctor to all to her father and everybody. Then what happened? Then suddenly say that it is better, because then there are other Brahmins and Vaishnavas gathered there. They told Suryadas Pandit, because you offended Nityānanda Prabhu, Actually why Janma collapsed, because of you offended Nityananda Prabhu. So then he said, better you call Nityananda Prabhu here. So when Nityananda Prabhu went there, initially actually he showed to everybody Nityananda Prabhu, then he revealed his original form. I heard about the Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's 600 form, but here Nityananda Prabhu revealed his 600 form. The one form was with the bow and arrow, second form was with the hull, and then third form is pot and water pot for a sannyasi. So what happened, as soon as Nityananda Prabhu came there, just because of fragrance of the body of Nityananda Prabhu, it entered the nostrils of Janma Mata. She immediately regained consciousness. Few minutes back, doctor was saying that you better take her to Ganga and prepare for funeral. But now Janma Mata is again revived. Then the marriage was with so elaborate pastimes. So marriage was performed. Then Nityananda Prabhu was before the marriage. Actually, there was a process that Nityananda Prabhu went there. He stayed there for a few days, and marriage was performed in a big, very elaborate manner. So what has happened then, when Nityananda Prabhu was actually living, staying there in Suryadas Pandit's house, I think after there was a custom that he had to stay there for a few days. So when he was staying there, so Janma Mata had a younger sister called Vasudha. So Vasudha actually, when she came to serve Nityananda Prabhu in Bengal, not only in Bengal, in all over India, there used to be tradition. Now also many Matajis follow that. They used to cover their head with a sari. So when Vasudha was trying to serve Nityananda Prabhu, because she had once, like I can imagine that she must have been having one vessel and a spoon to serve Nityananda Prabhu. When that happened, the sari actually fell down. So what to do? She had no option, because it was offensive to remain without covering the head, and she also wanted to actually put the head, but she didn't want to interrupt the service to Lord Nityananda. So all of a sudden, what has happened? Two more hands came from her shoulder and they put the sari back. So when Nityananda Prabhu saw that, immediately Nityananda Prabhu caught the hand of Vasudha. Then he proposed to Suryadas Pandit, I want to get married. I want to take Vasudha also with me. So although not Nityananda married to whom? Janma Mata, but then he decided to take Vasudha also. Basically, the Nityananda Prabhu had actually two wives, Janma Mata and Vasudha. So then later on, then Lord actually was was there in Ambika Kalna. And Nityananda Prabhu, although he was married, he performed many pastimes, but no resident could recognize that Nityananda Prabhu is Supreme Personality Godhead. So then there is a place called Khadada, because Chaitanya Mahaprabhu told that you have to deliver everybody. That's the reason one of the instructions of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was, you go to Bengal, get married, and deliver everybody there. So for that he wanted to open a marketplace for distributing holy name of the Lord. So he thought, I will build an ashram here and open the market for holy name. Then Lord Nityananda went to, because with this thought he went to Khada. I don't know exactly, Bengali devotee must be there. What is the name place for Khadada? Anybody Bengali Mataji? Nobody knows. Okay. So then Nityananda Prabhu, externally we may see that, but they enjoyed the married life with Janma Mata as well as Vasudha. And Janma Mata and Vasudha, they both knew that Nityananda Prabhu is not ordinary person. So they were only praying that we want you to be our husband birth after birth. We never want to separate from you. So so during the process, what happened then? Vasudha Mata actually conceived, and later on she gave birth to a boy called Veerachandra. So as I mentioned some time back, who is Veerachandra? Because Chaitanya Mahaprabhu said, when you go to West Bengal, when you get married, I will actually appear as your son. So Veerachandra was basically nothing but Mahaprabhu's incarnation. So Veerachandra also performed many pastimes. So there was a passing of Abhiram pastime. This Abhiram, actually there was a boy this Abhiram was actually is mentioned that his name was Abhiram Shriram Das, or it's also mentioned of Shridham. So this boy, this Abhiram was basically one of the 12 Gopas who used to be around Krishna all the time. So there was also pastime which Virichandra performed with them, and Virichandra was so beautiful, just like Nityananda Prabhu. So whoever used to come to Virichandra, they never wanted to actually leave the place. So that was going on for quite some time. So when later on, then time came for Nityananda Prabhu to actually wind up his pastimes. So Nityananda Prabhu, although he was in Khadada, but in separation of Mahāprabhu, but then he had a deity called Lord Sundara, and he was actually looking at Sundara as Gauranga, because he who is worshipable Lord of Nityananda Prabhu is Gauranga Mahāprabhu. So then later on, then Nityananda Prabhu had a small temple room in his house. So he went there, he went inside a temple room and he disappeared. So when Nityananda Prabhu entered the temple room, he disappeared, and after some time he again appeared. So when he appeared again, then after that, then he told Janva Mata and Vasudha that we will go to Ekachakra, because Nityananda Prabhu was basically from Ekachakra. And then when he went to Ekachakra, then he immediately went to take darshan of Bankarai. There was a temple of Bankarai there. After some time, after a few days, when the particular day, what happened? Then Nityananda Prabhu went to temple of Bankaraya. He immediately he went and merged into deity of Bankaraya. So that is how actually Nityananda Prabhu concluded his pastimes. So then Virichandra was growing. So he was asking that Virichandra was asking that what am I supposed to do? So when he said that what am I supposed to do, so there were devotees from Mayapur. They reached there, and then Virichandra continued further. So but what has happened? The most important is not Nityananda when he concluded pastime. Then after that, as I mentioned, Janva Mata was still there, Vasudha was still there. So Janva Mata actually continued the legacy of Nityananda Prabhu. Then she even went to Vrindavan also. She went to Raja and she stayed there for quite some time. So when Janva Mata was there, she used to reside only in Radhakund. There is a ghat called Radhakund, Janva Ghat in Radhakund, and that is after later on she also concluded her pastimes. So this is brief about Lord Nityananda. Hare Krishna. So anybody there any question or want to add something to Nityananda Prabhu's pastimes, please come forward.
Hare Krishna. We'll chant one time Hare Krishna Mahamantra for Prabhuji. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Prabhuji has described very wonderfully different pastimes of Lord Nityananda Mahaprabhu. So requesting everyone to come tomorrow, give association and take the blessing of Nityananda Mahaprabhu and Chaitanya Mahaprabhu also, and by that you can get the love of